king of 856 in my career. No, sir. Sprinting now all the way up the court, finishing this loony lob. That's some good two-way play in the Bay. 317. Swatting.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Pacers sporting a good look as they came through the tunnel earlier. And let's go.
Thank you, Kip.
You too. And you're a great competitor. D.A., it is an honor to be on this broadcast with you each and every game. And certainly Bridges one to watch. D.A., thanks. So the opening lineup for the Suns. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. And it's Bridges in at the three, the small forward. And for Indiana, we've got Miles Turner. MP out there with Brogdon. And it's Duarte in at the three slot. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved, and it's not just the athlete, it's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Bridges.
The defense gets physical, but Ayton doesn't seem to get knocked off of balance. That helps him to keep the focus.
MP passes to Brissett. Back to MP. Phoenix grabs the miss. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
Yeah, even when it comes to matchups where it looks like one side should be the clear favorite, those brief two-game series often end 1-1.
Basket counts.
You love MP's intensity down the paint. He doesn't let the defense throw him off.
And it's Paul penetrating. Yep, it counts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable. For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Booker against Brogdon. Pass to Bridges. Oh, good with the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Inside, and stolen by Ayton. Paul against Brogdon. Paul dishes to Booker. Back to Paul. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Now here's Ayton. He's covered closely. Chalk up 2 there.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
And with Mikal Bridges, he's a player who knows his role and plays his role as well.
I think he's one of those guys who comes from a great system. He came into the league with incredible discipline and incredible awareness of where it is he can impact the game. And that's why you see the 3-and-D effect that Mikal Bridges has had on the NBA.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Turner passes to MP. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his
Chris Paul picks up that one.
And there haven't been too many players who've had to prove themselves as much as MP. With all the hype he had coming into the league, he had to go out and make the doubters into believers.
Bridges passes to Ayton. He kicks it to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Booker up top. They get it again. Ayton. Misses the layup. And so MP will bring it up for Indiana. They trail by 7.
The D has to be careful guarding MP. He's skilled at finding ways to attract contact while shooting.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
Cameron Payne's checked in for Paul. Booker with it. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Here's the teardrop. The rebound by Turner.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
MP's shot is good. MP's got 8 points.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's Bridges, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Johnson dishes to Bridges. Booker looking around. Ayton kicks to Booker. Just 5 to shoot.
Nice contest by Turner. One of the top interior defenders in our league. As good a shot blocker as anyone.
Pacers trail by 3. Brogdon the pass to MP. The shot off that time. The Suns go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, their defense wasn't exactly solid in that game. So if they could make up for mistakes by causing some turnovers, it might have helped. They didn't even get those.
Bridges dishes to Ayton. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on MP.
Big question mark was Ayton, and could he anchor a defense? He's answered those.
And so Indiana again turning it over. Suns leading by 7. Now here's Payne. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the pass to Bridges. Knocks down the 3 ball. Well, Brent, you said it. Defense now a strength of what Ayton brings to the table.
Well, that was the point he had to prove, Kevin. As a big guy, what could he do? Every night, you know, if you're not getting the ball down on the inside defensively on the interior, how can I impact the game? He's been patient with it. He's learned it. And now he's embraced the fact that he can make that kind of contribution.
The Pacers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Good on the 2nd free throw. 2021 was an unusual season to say the least for players, coaches. Brent, there was a lot to adapt to. How do you think you would have handled the condensed schedule?
It's a good question, Kevin. I think just obviously you'd have work to do, and I'd show up every day to do it, and commend a lot of the players, not just in terms of the level of competition. It was all the other things that they had to do in order to suit up on a nightly basis.
Substitution on the court.
MP passes to Brissett. MP dishes to Turner. Brogdon outside. To the right side. Back to MP. Paul with the defensive effort. The Suns leading. Setting the floor for the Suns. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. A star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Celtics had a very nice performance. He had 19 points, and as usual, he spent a fair amount of time at the foul line. Another fantastic showing in what has been a great stretch of basketball for him. Kevin, we'll see if he can keep it going tonight.
Excellent, David. Yeah, he was very assertive in that last game, making things happen.
Absolutely made his presence felt. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to get it going early here tonight.
Every teammate in talking with them before the game says how much faith they have in him. They'll keep getting it to him.
And he overshot that one, missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Suns foul. Mikal Bridges. That's his third personal
The first
foul.
one falls.
First team foul. At the line.
That one drops. He ties it up. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. MP against Paul. Over MP. And Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, creative right there. Paul's fantastic at finding ways to get inside and capitalize, whether it's him or a teammate.
Bridges inside. Booker against Brogdon. Booker outside. Clock at 6. Right at the free throw line. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Up the confidence of Devin Booker. When he gets a screen, he knows what he wants to do.
Brogdon outside. Back to MP. Turner trying to free himself up. Paul with the defensive effort.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
To the inside. Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
The assist.
The unselfish play of Chris Paul there has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Suns ball.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
And that one drops. And it's an 8-point Suns lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And the Pacers call time here. Look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, it's not always just about free throw shooting, but it can be a large factor and disrupt your confidence.
Pacers trail by 8. MP looking around. And stolen by Ayton. And now the Suns a fast break. Kicks it out to Booker. Paul outside. Just 5 on the clock. No good from Booker.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
MP, no good.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Here's Booker. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Detroit. Ball against MP. Over MP. No good off the back of the rim. The Pacers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. And it's Brogdon off the drive. And just miss after miss right now. Suns leading by 8. Bridges outside. To the paint. Here's Ayton. And it's sent back by Turner.
An elite rim protector and shot blocker. Turner excels at rising up and denying those shots.
Here's MP. The shot misses. Paul with the defensive effort.
One player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
And they get it back. Goes back up. Here's Ayton. Ayton is a player who, Greg, occasionally shoots a three, but it's still a developing part of his game.
Yeah, not the best numbers from outside. Does it to keep teams honest, but it's a far-fetched to say he can stretch a defense.
And, Greg, you made your money on the defensive end. What was the toughest kind of player to defend? A one-on-one guy or a constant movement type of player?
I've always will say that it's harder to guard movement. As a defender, you drill a lot about guarding the basketball. But when a guy is great without it, man, that is the hardest job you can have defensively. I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Turner finds MP. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. 11 points for MP.
A nice aggressive move to the basket there. They love to turn MP loose and just let him play an attacking brand of basketball.
Booker with no one around, and the three off target. Pacers trail by 6. Indiana moving the ball around. Brogdon the pass to MP. He feeds it to Turner. Outside to Brogdon. Passes it to MP. Here's Brissett. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Booker the pass to Johnson. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Now, Booker is a special offensive player, can score, and starting to show his playmaking.
Fires it up. The Pacers pull it in. Turner's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Some changes for Indiana. Jackson, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Warren comes in for Brissett. And Halliburton subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. And then for Phoenix, JaVale McGee's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Crowder comes in for Johnson. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul. And it's in there. McGee's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Jackson gets the bucket.
One thing MP's always had is a great feel for the game. He doesn't need to see a pass like that. He just feels it.
Payne kicks to Booker.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now here's Payne, covered by MP. The shot's good from McGee.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They've led by as many as 11 points. Down low. Shoots from 8. And it's MP with the rebound. MP's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the middle. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
How about the tenacity from MP against stiff defense there, drawing a good foul and getting the shot to go.
The Pacers making a change here. Heald's checked in. Sharch is checked in for the Suns. Booker with it. Halliburton picks him up. Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Phoenix shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. That's good for And so it's Phoenix with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
Yeah, almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
They've got MP. He's out there with Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Brissett in at the 4 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's his first
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work. Gets the most out of his teammates and has done that wherever he's played.
As you said, Paul's teams often overachieve in the standings.
People still underestimate his impact. Sets up and improves his guys as well as anyone, and he's the engine to this whole operation.
Pass to Turner. Back to MP. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, he's using the force, but in the worst way possible right now. He just needs to dial it back and look to work the ball around the floor to his teammates.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the three-point shot of Mikal Bridges seemed to abandon him early in his NBA career. Coach Monty Williams said he developed a hitch in his release. Bridges got in the lab with the coaching staff, changing his shot midway through season 2. And the results speak for themselves. Guys?
He had a career year shooting, that's for sure. I admire his work ethic. D.A., thank you. Bridges, left side. Ayton kicks to Bridges. Off target with his 3. Pacers trail by 7. MP outside. Pass to Brissett. Back to MP. And it goes down 2 points. MP's got 21.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Feeds it to Bridges. And it's sent back by Turner. Booker against Brogdon. MP right side. Back to Brogdon. No good on the shot. So Phoenix will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Yeah, this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
Ayton kicks to Paul. Uncovered. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Well, that's a sweet spot for Paul. That zone between the arc and the paint might be his favorite. A career 50% two-point shooter.
MP against Paul. Brissett passes to MP. And he recovers it.
And those are bonus points for the... team. MP hitting the boards hard.
Suns leading by 5. Paul dishes to Bridges. Back to Paul. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Indiana
making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
And the Pacers call time here.
And Chris Paul still a great defender. Fantastic positioning.
But not only the positioning, but if you watch Chris Paul, he's calling out every option of every play that every offense is running in the NBA. That kind of intelligence gives the rest of his group incredible confidence. And from the very beginning, Chris Paul has been one of the most disruptive point guards defensively the league has ever seen. And just lights out in terms of his scoring. Devin Booker's calling card.
MP passes to Brissett. Duarte, and there's the foul. It's on Brissett. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Suns have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter, 50% from the field. Brogdon against Booker. The pass to Ayton. Paul outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Pacers trail by 10. Passes it to MP. And stolen by Booker. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Paul's running. And the foul called on MP. That's his third foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Checked in for Brissett. Johnson kicks to Ayton. Booker dishes to Paul. 5 to shoot. Trying to get open is Johnson. And it's Ayton missing. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 10-point game. MP's shot is good.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And here is Bridges. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The dish to Ayton. Here's Paul. Johnson, the pass to Bridges. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Paul. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
Always been so tough is Paul. These types of finishes are definitely not easy.
MP passes to Brogdon. Back to MP. Over Booker. Here's MP. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And Booker kicks to Paul. Inside. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there. Over MP. Again, the miss by Paul. Pacers trail by 10. Here's Duarte. And he slams it one-handed.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it. Well, that equals his three-point total from the first half. He had one before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
MP finds Brogdon. MP passes to Brogdon.
Brogdon being the rookie of the year and coming in and doing a great job for the Milwaukee Bucks. This is a guy who can play either guard.
Substitution for the Suns.
Booker outside. That's good from Payne on the assist by Booker.
Assisted by
Booker's got 4 assists in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Ayton is at the center with Johnson next to him. Payne out there with Chris Paul. And it's Booker in at the 3 spot. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Ayton dishes the ball. Just 4 to shoot. It's rebounded by Indiana. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. Hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Brissett, no good. Suns leading by 21. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. For Indiana, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. MP passes to Brissett. Now Booker. Paul outside. Over MP. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Pacers shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. For Phoenix, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Pass to Paul. The feed now to Ayton. And it's good for two.
The big man coming with an attacking mindset. That's something for the defense to deal with, and Ayton is dealing.
And stolen by Ayton. Paul with the ball. Now defended by MP. Shot from 12. And the Suns tack on two more. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Suns.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
A significant difference here has been the number of points off turnovers that they've gotten.
Payne with it. Johnson kicks to Paul. And with the 2020 class, we saw your teammate, Tim Duncan, get inducted into basketball's Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I loved hearing some of the stories that other players and coaches and competitors had around going up against Tim, and the reverence, the respect, that they could never rattle him. It's so cool to hear those stories from the outside, having been a player so fortunate to be on the inside and understand what made him tick, what made him great, and just how special he was as a leader for so long for that Spurs organization.
Booker the pass to Paul. Six to shoot. Shoots from 12. Pacers with the rebound. MP's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And Ayton throws it down.
As long as passes are in that area, Ayton's going to get up and go down.
And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Back to Turner. Can they get it? And stolen by Booker. Phoenix, another fast break opportunity here. Paul kicks to Booker. Back to Paul. And there's the drive. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
There's always these nights where Chris Paul tends to get a little bit hungry on the offensive end. We're seeing it play out here.
Passed it to Orte. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. And that'll be his
substitution
right here, Brent. Devin Booker known for his offense, but his defense has come a long way as well.
Yeah, it's so funny when scorers come into the league and they score and people are still critical of them. That's what happened to Devin Booker. And then he realized as the games became bigger and more important how much the defensive end is going to help his team do the things he wants to do. And so he's taken that tune. He's decided to play defense. He's been much better over the course of the last 2 seasons.
Paul kicks to Booker. McGee trying to break free. And there's Booker on the assist by Paul. Booker's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Suns. MP passes to Jackson. Back to MP. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Here's McConnell. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Suns.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And as usual, great numbers and a dominant display
for DeAndre Ayton.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Booker finds Paul. to the paint. Here's McGee. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
MP outside. From downtown, off target. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next.